What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS, as we continue to explore the latest new musical flavour worldwide. We are back inside the building once again for a very exciting international collaboration. This is one that I feel is another one of those international collaborations that kind of changes the game a tad. When we look at the scale of this and when we look at where this could potentially go, it's very exciting indeed, as we see the sounds of Ice Spice teaming up with Rema. This one has been in the works for quite a while. We've been seeing rumours of this one floating around for a little while now. It's a shorter tune as well, only 2 minutes and 17 seconds, but it goes by the name of Pretty Girl. I know that they, I think, are touring together at some point, or they're both going to be appearing on the same festival lineups at some point, so presumably we're going to see them perform this live together. But yeah, exciting stuff. It's another big sort of, I suppose, Nigeria-US link-up, which is very exciting to see. Yeah, I'm excited to jump into it. As always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's jump into it and see how it sounds. Very floaty synths.
Stop playing with them, Riot.
Yeah, pretty girl, me no do no keys and tail. As long as you treat me well, I will treat you more than Jim. Me no send my chain, you are my real flesh.
So very club driven. Immediately you've got quite high intensity rolling 4x4 drums in the background, and you have of course got that almost, I want to say, kind of Eskimo influenced sort of fluttering synthetic sound going on in the background as well. For those that aren't aware, Eskimo is it was a really sort of popular sound in the UK. It was one of the sort of like sounds that grime came from originally, and it was Wiley's approach, basically, and those sort of synths like that always really remind me of that. There's still a fair bit of it going on in the UK today, so usually in Bristol there seems to be like a real kind of segment of people using those sort of sounds. But anyway, this sounds awesome so far. It sounds very more commercially driven, but it sounds like it's going to be something that Rema can still bring his magic to.
Give me promise you ain't gonna belong me.
Looking at you, got my eyes wide, damn. Got my eyes wide. Looking at you, got my eyes wide, damn. So out of this world like sci-fi. Looking at you, got my eyes wide, damn. Looking at you, got my eyes wide. Looking at you, got my eyes wide, damn. So out of this world like sci-fi. I am the one that got lot of bands. Who you becoming? Well, that depends. Jump in the air, I perfect my stance. Jump to the floor, I just wanna dance.
So it's a very simplistic arrangement. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try and big it up more than it is. It is very simple as an arrangement. That sort of wah 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 sound in the background is really cool. But other than that, it's quite simple bassline notation and simple, quite syncopated, filtered out kick drums. That's the main sort of body of this. We know Ice Spice's style is quite stripped back. It is sort of, it's never been super kind of intertwined vocally, but it does work for her. And I think her vocal does work over an instrumental like this.
Yeah, you the one, there's no number two. If I had 3 wishes, I'd waste them on you. Watch where you stay, got faces on me, no wasters on me.
Yeah, pretty girl, me no do no keys and tail. As long as you treat me well, I will treat you more than Jim. Me no send my chain, you are my real flesh. Yeah, give me promise you ain't gonna belong me. Yeah, pretty girl, me no do no keys and tail. As long as
So I'm not even gonna front. It's nowhere near as expansive as me personally I'd like it to be. But that's then me expecting something that I would never get from a collaboration like this. Obviously, everything we've heard from Ice Spice has been in a similar kind of realm. Her vocal has been similar the whole way through. This does feel like it's a collaboration for two combined fan bases. I think that's what it is, and I think it's a smart move to do it. Both kind of artists that have quite young fan bases, both artists that have kind of newer fan bases as well. I see no reason why they shouldn't be collaborating, because obviously you end up with something like this which is quite middle of the road. It actually reminds me a little bit of Attention by Justin Bieber and Omar Lay, because that again had that more sort of club feel, slightly quicker, and the overall arrangement was a little bit more simple, but I feel that tune had a lot more sort of smokiness to the arrangement. This one feels like it's cool, and there are elements about it I like, but it is still quite simplistic in its approach.
treat me well, I will treat you more than Jim. Me no send my chain, you are my real flesh. Yeah, give me promise you ain't gonna belong me.
I ain't been in love love in a minute. Don't know what it was, but you get it. Big 3 words out your mouth and you meant it. You could get it, play your cards right, bet it. It's our life, so baby, let's live it. Haters super mad, we got them all living. Think about my future, got you all in it. Shooting for the stars, the sky has no limit.
Yeah, pretty girl, me no do no keys and tails.
I do like the fact that we get a lot of sort of overdubs and ad-libs from Rema in this as well. I like the fact that you do get to hear his vocal kind of splashed across the backdrop. It's not just the hook. You do get the additional bits in the background. It does feel, the reason it feels simplistic is because, one, it's a shorter tune. Shorter tunes do naturally always feel more simplistic. But two, we haven't heard much expansion from Rema outside of that hook. It feels like Rema sort of supplied the hook, did some overdubs later on, and it was basically Ice Spice going to the studio and going, cool, I'm going to lay a verse here and here, and that's how it's kind of rolled together. And I'm not mad at it, because I actually quite like the idea of sort of quick fire releases and just going, cool, let's see what we come up with. I would actually quite like to see a follow-up that is a little bit more in-depth. But that's me personally, and maybe I'm wanting too much.
You treat me well, I will treat you more than gin. Me no send my chain, you are my real flex. Yeah, give me promise, you ain't gonna belong me. Yeah, pretty girl, me no do no keys and tails.
And it is catchy.
You treat me well,
it does have a catchy
I will treat you more than gin. Me no send my chain, you are my real flex. Yeah, give me promise, you ain't gonna belong me.
And there we go. Short but sweet, the sounds of Pretty Girl from Ice Spice alongside Rema. Actually, I think it's the first time having an Ice Spice tune on the channel, so if you are a fan of Ice Spice, welcome, and welcome to what we do here. Essentially, this is an interesting one to break down because it is purposefully simple. It's not as if they've kind of designed this and kind of gone and missed the mark entirely. This is an area that the production team behind this clearly felt that both Rema and Ice Spice can work without but neither of them sounding like they're too far outside of their comfort zones, and I would wholeheartedly agree. This is a good middle ground between both of their styles. Again, if you follow this channel, you know I always prefer slightly longer tunes rather than sort of 2 minutes 17. I understand why people make 2 minutes 17 tunes. It's a lot more favourable in regards to streaming and things like that. However, I think if this was maybe 2 minutes 45, it had a bridge in the middle, it would have turned into something that I feel would have a bit more longevity. I feel this will be a sort of, this will be a tune for about a month and a half, and it might get forgotten down the line. Not saying it's a bad tune, not saying it's not a good collaboration, because I think it does actually marry their styles quite well, but I think the longevity of it would have been brought together by a slightly longer sort of overall composition. But there we go. I think Ice Spice did well. I think Rema's hook is very catchy as well. So yeah, guys, very interesting tune. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comment section down below, and as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. We shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. My sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cam TV. Stay locked.
Welcome to Cubs Clubhouse, live on Brighton's premier platform for new music. Platform B.